Hello, thank you for joining me for my back to school night presentation. I'm Mrs. Monroy. I'm going to be going over for you all the slides that have all the information we need for the school year. When you are done watching, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. If there's anything that you need clarification on, I can also answer that for you. So here we go. This is just a little bit about me. I'm from Sacramento. This has always been my home. If you see here in the pictures, it's my family, me and my husband. We have our daughter Eleonora. She is in TK this year here at Star, which has been fun so far. Some things that I like doing, we like doing crafts at home, do-it-yourself things, baking. Camping has become a big hobby of ours lately, which you see in the other picture there. I love coffee, specifically white mochas, not picky where they come from. I just like all of them. Keeps me going as a parent and a teacher. This is my fourth year teaching at Star, my fourth year in third grade, and I love it here. This is our third grade team this year. In the picture, you'll see Mrs. Caraballo, Mrs. Perez, Mr. Herr, and myself. So that's all the third grade team. This here is just a little bit about our schedule. So on the regular days, which is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, the kids start with a soft start at 8:10, so they can arrive anytime between 8:10 and 8:30. That kind of helps with the traffic out front, as I'm sure you guys have seen. And then this part's pretty important. We will start our day right away with math. We have some awesome things going on this year. And with that, our schedule is a bit tight in the morning. And so it is super important that your kids get here on time every day because we start right away. So we'll be doing math from 8:30 to 9:40. After that, we'll have that time for that SDL morning meeting, which really helps the kids, especially after all the stuff that has been going on recently. After that, they'll have a recess, then they'll have their specials. So just like we did last year, the kids have a special a week. So for example, this week, the kids have library all week, and then next week they'll rotate to the next special. So they get each special once a month, but they get a whole week of it, which really is a big benefit for them. After specials, we'll do some writing. After writing, they'll go to lunch. So their lunch is at 11:35 every day. When we come back in, we'll do some silent reading. Then science and social studies, we swap as the year goes on, followed by our reading, and they have a recess. And then we are bringing back our WIN groups this year, which is awesome, really helps the kids with whatever they currently need. And then finally, we pack up at 2:45 for our 2:50 dismissal. Then on Wednesdays, same subjects, just a little bit of a different schedule. So it is a late start. So they will start at 9:10 to 9:30 is that soft start time. So just make sure they get here by 9:30, because just like on the other days, we will start our day right away with math from 9:30 to 10. After that, we'll have a brief morning meeting before we head out for our Walking Wednesday. If you have forgotten what Walking Wednesday is, it is our PE type time on Wednesdays where the kids will go out and walk their laps or run their laps, whatever they are feeling. As needed, we'll modify and do some kind of other PE in the classroom, but that would be the plan. So on Wednesdays, you want to make sure you send your kids in workout walking attire. So maybe save the dresses and the other shoes for non-Walking Wednesday days. They'll come back in and do some writing, followed by lunch, same time as other days. 11:35 is our lunchtime regardless. Come back in, do some silent reading, our science or social studies, depending on where we're at in the rotation, followed by reading, same thing, that 1:45 recess, and then a little bit different on Wednesdays. So as I stated on the other schedule, we have brought back our WIN time, which will always be at the end of the day. And so we want to make sure the kids get that fun time together. So instead of what you've maybe heard as Fun Friday, we will be swapping it for a Wacky Wednesday, meaning we'll just do a midweek kind of fun afternoon to kind of de-stress from all the learning that they're doing, followed by cleanup and pack up and dismissal at 2:50, same as the other days. Next, that kind of goes into our specials we have. So if you see here, Your kids will be doing 4 different specials. So they have art with Miss Shane, Spanish with Senora Quant, library with Mr. Strazo, and Kind Kids Club with Miss Hines. So the same specials they had last year, which is really exciting to have. So if you want to, pause this here, you can go through and read this all about your specials teachers. Another thing that we are adding into our schedule this year is our monthly mindfulness. So as I mentioned on Wednesday, they have Walking Wednesday, but once a month, they will be doing mindfulness. So instead of going out for Walking Wednesday, they will go with Miss Shane, the art teacher, and she will put on a mindfulness lesson for them for that month. You can see there, it has a bunch of different focuses, and they're all really great and helpful for the kids. And so we're really excited that she's doing that for us. Next up is field trips. I know I got asked this question a few times when I met you guys at Meet the Teacher. So the goal this year is going to be some kind of virtual field trip because unfortunately with everything going on, going on field trips is just not something that we can do at this time. So as those things develop, we'll definitely let you guys know and keep you updated on what kind of virtual field trips that the kids will get to do this year. Next, that brings us into our curriculum. So here we've got our math, ELA, and then science and social studies curriculum that we will be covering this year. So if you see lots of math that they're going to get to do this year, so they're going to do multiplication, division, place value, word problems, fractions, measurement and data, geometry, addition, subtraction, lots of good math that they're going to be learning this year. For our ELA, we will focus on grammar, which we do a thing called mentor sentences. So if you hear your kids talk about that, know that they are working on their grammar. We'll do writer's workshop to improve their writing skills. They'll do specific writing. They'll do a narrative, informational, and opinion piece this year, all formally done in their they'll draft it and then they'll do a final formal one that you guys will get to see at the end of the year. And then finally, for science and social studies, we learn about the local government, Native Americans, endangered animals, weather and climate, variations of traits, science of flight. So lots of fun science and social studies this year also. As mentioned in the schedule slide, we will be doing our WIN differentiation this year again. So some kids will work with some of our intervention teachers to fix those skills that they maybe just need a bit more practice on. Others will rotate between us third grade teachers to get what they need. That's what WIN stands for, what I need. So sometimes they will be staying in our room. Sometimes they'll go see another teacher, just depending on what they need at that current time. And then also we will do 2 iReady assessments during the year. We'll do one in the middle of the year and one at the end to monitor their growth. I'll review those with you when we have our parent teacher conferences a little bit later this year, so you can see how your kids are doing, how they're growing, and where they are at academically. Next up, we've got our Friday journal. You guys should have seen that come home over the last weekend. So we will do a Friday journal every Friday. If there's not school on Friday, it'll be that Thursday. And so basically it creates a connection from what they're doing at school to you guys at home. I don't know how many times, you pick up your kid, what'd you do today? I don't know. What'd you learn this week? I don't know. So this is just kind of a way to get that information to you guys and do it in a formal writing process. So they will write a letter to you at home each Friday, bring it home. And so all that we ask is that you respond back to them. It doesn't have to be a detailed thing. You can just say, "Dear student, thanks so much for telling me about your week. I think it's really cool that you learned all about animals this week. Love," and then sign your name. Pretty simple for your response, but it's really helpful for their writing and to make that connection from home and school. You will see for reading that the kids will be doing silent reading in class every day. We do recommend that at home they read for at least 30 minutes. It can be done before bed. It can be that time when they get home after you pick them up, maybe, while they're waiting for dinner to cook. So either way, they can find books they love. There's no specific reading they need to be doing, just be reading something. I will also be sending out information about the Scholastic book order, so be on the lookout for that. So you can get more books at home, and that also helps us get books in the classroom. Next one brings us to our homework. So as you can see, for our homework philosophy, we put up there like a 24-hour schedule for what the average 8-year-old gets. So they spend a certain amount of time sleeping, almost the same amount of time they spend sleeping. They're at school. Usually there's some kind of after school care, whether it's Scape, a neighbor's house, or they have some kind of activities, sports, clubs, all that kind of stuff. So they really only have a little bit of home time. And so we don't want them spending too much of their home time doing more schoolwork because they do plenty during the day. If you need your child to be doing something, they will have iReady math and reading lessons that you can access through their Clever account. Same thing we've been doing for the last couple of years. Our suggested amount of time is 45 minutes per week per subject. So, maybe that looks like 15 minutes a day. Maybe it looks like Wednesdays is when you have your time to do it. So they do 45 minutes of each subject on Wednesdays and you get it done for the week, whatever works for you guys. Also, other homework would just be that 20 to 30 minutes of reading, depending on whatever you guys decide your kid has the stamina for. And every once in a while, they might come home with some unfinished work or projects during the day. But for the most part, we want them spending that time at home with the family, decompressing. They do plenty during the day, and that's what's important. And then that brings us to the last slide. This is the best way to reach me. I am an email person. I treat my emails just like my text messages. So I get the little notification and I really don't like the red notification. So I usually check it right away. And I have taught myself that if I don't respond right away, then I will forget about it. So I try to respond as soon as I get the email. But just in case that doesn't happen, maybe it's a question I have to go ask. And so I can't get an answer to you right away. I would give me 24 hours. If you don't hear from me after 24 hours, you can always reach out again, but I should get an answer to you within 24 hours. And then also you can click on my website. If you go there, it has updates, links, pictures, anything that you might need. However, that email is the best way to reach me. Then you've got our classroom donations. If you have not done so yet, we ask for a $35 donation because 30 of it will go to our classroom to buy things that we need. And then the other $5 goes to Miss Shane, the art teacher, for everything that she needs. It is way more cost effective for us to do that than for you guys to go pick out supplies for your kids. And it saves you the hassle of having to do that. So if you would like to write a check, you can make it out to NAEF, N-A-E-F, and you can give it to the front office. You can also give cash, or if you prefer, you can submit it electronically on the My School Bucks account, which you can find on STAR's website. And then on here, I have our wish list items. There's just a couple things there, but the easiest thing you could do is scan the QR code that you see on your screen. You should be able to do that right from your phone, right onto however you're watching this, and it'll bring up the wish list of things that we need. Do not feel obligated to do that. That is just if you are wanting to. We appreciate all the donations that we get here at STAR, but of course they're not mandatory. And that is all I have for you. Like I said at the beginning, if you have any questions, if something didn't make sense, if you have any concerns, please reach out to me and I will get back to you as soon as I can when I get your email and I get the answers that you are looking for. I hope you guys are all staying safe and enjoying your time, and reach out to me if you need anything. Thank you.